heard experiences from other countries. It was an international conference, so I had the opportunity to hear the experiences from other countries, and I felt what I learned, I could relate it back home when I came, because most of the experiences shared were relatable to what I could see in Ghana. Some countries were having success, but I thought that our story was also unique, and so I could relate what I had learned from the workshop back home. So when I came, I started bringing out stories relating to what I learned from the workshop. That was when my boss told me that the Ministry of Sanitation was having, that time it was, I think, that was the first time that we had this kind of conference. So I attended it. Subsequently, we became a family, came for the workshops, got knowledge about how the project was running and all that. So I think the third conference that we came, we went to Sinchi. So whilst there, an idea, struck me, and I was like, there are times you do the stories and getting it out becomes a bit of a challenge. So why not put together a program where I can run it consistently, at least even if every week we can take a topic and make sure that we are able to digest with it, then we can make headway. I spoke to my boss, and before I even spoke to my boss, Mr. Crunchy is here. I approached Mr. Crunchy and I told him, Kapo, I think I want to do something like this. I want to have a program on TV, and so that the projects, the successes, the challenges, everything communication-wise, serve as a communication tool for the Gama project as well as the ministry and other issues relating to WASH in the country. So Kapo said it was a good idea. I went to the office, sold it to my boss, and she bought into it. So we started the process for WASH Hour. And I must say, it's been quite a journey. I have learned a lot. The feedback, the experiences, the people you meet, it all sums up to make me who I am today. Most times, content-wise, it becomes a challenge, but I know that if I pick a phone and I call Mr. Crunchy, content will be just a step away. And so it's been ongoing. We started the program, I think, on the 11th of January 2020. And since then, if it's not anything to do with a live program that will take away my airtime for the program, we've been consistent for the past 2 years and running. We've covered a lot of issues. For Gama, I have covered a lot of issues for Gama. I've hosted almost all the officials on the Gama platform. I've hosted Sister Charlotte on the menstrual hygiene, Engineer Enman, Engineer Kojo, Kapo himself has been on, Engineer Siedu has been on, and it's been quite consistent. For me, the key word is the passion. If there is no passion, there is nothing much you can achieve. Sometimes getting the people to talk to, and even getting back to back every week to be able to go live. If you don't have the passion to do it, the people I work with, sometimes they get tired. But you behind it, if you get tired, it's my dream. And I hate to see it, a week will come and I cannot go on air and we have to repeat. Because I feel that there are a lot of stories that we don't have any excuse to say that we are repeating an episode. And so far it's been good. It's not just about going on air to sit and talk, but it's about the feedback, the impact the program is making. You meet people in the sector and they are just able to, recognize you and say you are doing a good job. When I hear it, it's not, it just gives me the go ahead to do more. Quite recently, I engaged with members of the Ghana WASH Journalist Network. They had gone to do a documentary in some part of the country about water sustainability. Just after the program, we had a call from, I think, an FDA, Justice Can Help Me, a Kumasi PRO of an FDA, who had watched the program and had called. And I feel that if you can get people who matter, who make decisions, to call right after a program. Once we also have the M-Code, Media Coalition Against Open Defecation, we went to this onion markets that they have established. We went there to do a story. Later, I hosted a team in the studio. We tried to get the MCE for the area. He wouldn't speak. But when we were on air and he heard what we were saying, he had to himself call into the program. So it tells you that if nothing at all, you are doing something. If nothing at all, you are making an impact. And for me, I think that is something that when I look back today, I tell myself that I'm part of the WASH story. If nothing at all, I am part of the WASH agenda to ensure. We speak to experts and they tell you we are not sure we can meet the 2030 agenda. But I think that even though we cannot meet the 2030 agenda, we are not sitting idle. We are putting up some steps. We are doing something. We had an episode about the Kumasi, the project. We had Islam community, Zongo Chiefs Against Open Defecation. We hosted them. Engineer was on the program. It was on a Thursday. So the Friday, I'm behind my desk and the secretary tells me someone is looking for you. I go out and it's a lady. And she's like, I watched your program yesterday. I've also acquired one of the facilities. But where I am, there is water, and so we are not able to use the facility. I've gone to the assembly several times to come and even see to the problem for me. Nothing is happening. I called one of the project officials. I got the SPI who is in charge of that. And he said, Madam, I'm going to the house of the person. Within just 1 hour, the lady calls me and tells me they've come to my house. And stories like this tell me that you are just not sitting and talking. Something is happening. After the officials went to the house, they made me aware that the area for the project wasn't suitable, and so they've demolished it and they've returned, refunded the person's money to the person. Then I asked myself, now we are trying to ensure that everybody has access to toilet facilities, but there are challenges. And when we went to the Mole conference, Engineer Kojo's presentation came home to me because I had just spoken to somebody who was feeling the impact of that challenge. The fact that a household is willing to achieve, not go out to openly defecate, but where they are staying is not suitable for them to even acquire the toilet. So I asked myself, now they were able to acquire the facility because of where they are staying. They have to make away with it. Where are they going? Are they going back to openly defecate or not? So these are all stories that I feel we can still follow up. We can still make an impact. The watchword for me has been passion. I think that without passion, I couldn't have gotten this far. And if I can advise, if I am qualified to give an advice to my colleagues, all that I will say is that with passion, we can do it. If you pick up a storyline and you want to do it, no matter the challenges, there are officials available. If you go to Mr. Kranchi and it cannot work, Mr. Kranchi will definitely know somebody in the sector who can be able to help you with the story. And together, we can make that 2030 and beyond dream achievable.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe,
and click on the bell for more updates.